Ladies and gentlemen, imagine a motorhome so rare, so outrageously stylish that it still looks futuristic today. We're talking about the 1937 Western Clipper, a machine that didn't just travel roads, it made the roads feel underdressed. But before we dive in, hit subscribe, because if you don't, somewhere out there, a vintage engine refuses to start, and I'm pretty sure it's personal. Let's rewind to late 1930s America. Design was bold. Optimism was high, and people genuinely believed the future would involve flying everything. Into this world stepped Brooks Stevens, a name that still makes designers nod respectfully. Stevens wasn't just a designer, he was the guy. Jeep Wagoneer? Him. Studebaker Gran Turismo Hawk? Him. Even the Oscar Mayer Wienermobile, yes, that rolling hot dog fever dream, also him. Before World War II reshaped industries, Stevens was already experimenting with what he called house cars, not just vehicles, rolling statements. The Western Clipper was born when the head of Western Printing asked for something outrageous, a fleet of mobile offices that could also serve as promotional vehicles, basically a business meeting on wheels, because apparently, even in the 1930s, people were tired of conference rooms. Between 1937 and 1941, Stevens is believed to have designed around 26 Clippers. That number is still debated. Each one was custom-built, one of a kind, tailored to the client's exact needs, like snowflakes but with engines and better posture. Most were built by the Lemon Truck Company in Chicago, using an international cab-over-engine chassis. And here's where it gets interesting: front-wheel drive. In the 1930s, decades before it went mainstream, Stevens mounted a lower floor and more headroom. The Clipper wasn't just stylish, it was smart. Under the hood sat a flathead V8, not a monster by modern standards, but more than enough to move what was essentially a rolling luxury apartment. And the whole thing came in under 20 feet, about 6 meters, meaning it could navigate city streets and actually park downtown, more than you can say for most modern SUVs. Inside, depending on the version, you'd find air conditioning, running water, sleeping quarters, a bathroom, a kitchen, a full office, and sofas. It was the ultimate multitasker, a vehicle that could sell products by day and host existential crises by night. The engineering philosophy was simple but revolutionary: flexibility, efficiency, and elegance. One machine, multiple roles, zero compromise. Stevens believed this concept could define the future of vehicles, and honestly, he wasn't wrong. He was just about 50 years too early, which is basically the inventor's version of showing up to a party before the host is even born. If the Clipper looked futuristic in 1937, it's because it absolutely was. Its design pulled straight from the Zeppelin era: smooth curves, rounded edges, pure Art Deco confidence. The kind that says, yes, I'm expensive. No, you can't park next to me. The body flowed like it had no interest in right angles, making it look fast even standing still. Large windows flooded the interior with natural light, making it feel less like a moving vehicle and more like a moving lounge for deals, dreams, and probably a few questionable business decisions. Stevens believed the Clipper could replace trailers entirely, easier to drive, safer, and far more elegant. And yet, despite all this brilliance, the 1937 Western Clipper almost vanished from history. Only a handful survived. One beautifully restored example now lives quietly at the Harley-Davidson Museum in Milwaukee, a reminder that the future almost arrived early. Another unit, discovered in Chicago, surfaced at auction in 2019. Rough condition, missing its original engine. It still sold for over $60,000, nearly double its $30,000 estimate. Today, a fully restored Western Clipper could command significantly more in the collector market. This is serious money for a machine most people have never even heard of. In the end, the 1937 Western Clipper stands as a rolling paradox: rare yet influential, forgotten yet unforgettable, a machine built for the future that the present wasn't ready for. It makes you wonder why your modern car still can't make you coffee. If you made it this far, you clearly have great taste. Subscribe, because next time we're finding another forgotten machine that was way ahead of its time. See you there.